Surendra Bhai, you have been the managing trustee, and I'm sure that you have a lot of interesting experiences and challenges to face. What are the things that you love in this Guru Karya?
Um, well, first of all, if I can say this, I was very, very surprised myself when I had a phone call from Swamiji in the 2006 when the trust was formed. But before that, he called me one day and he said, I don't know why I was big, but he said, I would like to, I've decided that I would, uh, we need to start a trust in UK. And I thought, okay, if there is, and the reason why I think I understand is because when he used to come here in the early years, when he was staying with me, with us, I was always on the computer doing things, emails, etc. And he at the time did not know anything because his children were young, and he was looking at it. He came and sit with me, and he said, "Show me what you're doing," and only so he learned. And I think because he saw me always all this admin work and correspondence, etc., and also in the early years. From the beginning, when I became very active was 2002, the middle of 2002 onwards, is I was looking after all the finances for Samarpan. I just
Right.
have to do it because that's my background. And ever since I was doing it until recently, when we got a proper accountant now. So anyway, uh, started doing this. So he called me one morning, quite early in the morning, and he said, I want to start the trust. And I said, oh, if there's anything I can do, as anybody would say, let me know. He said, no, I've already decided. I'm choosing 3 trustees and you're one of them. You are going to be the managing trustee. And I was put in the deep end because, in those days, I didn't even have a clue what the trustees and
Yes.
so he says to me, think about it. I mean, when a guru tells you he's offering it to you, I didn't have a hesitation. So I said, no, I'm going to accept it. I'll think about the rest later. And you're put in the deep end, and you start learning yourself. When you're in that situation, you have to make the extra effort, and that was in itself a challenge.
Right.
Um,
But I think
but
with the grace of Guru, you start learning as well as you start doing the things. And
yeah, and
as he mentioned that आप अपने पाँव फैला लो मैं चद्दर उड़ाऊंगा, meaning
yeah,
that extend your feet as long as you want and I will cover you up. So he is blessing, he is
yeah.
doing
So
and making us work.
you learn it. It's a big challenge, and it's not difficult because once you
Right.
learn, you understand the process. There are so many things related to this job. You are overall you're in charge of the country. You obviously you got your fellow trustees, and if you work collectively, then you're already 50% there. And then you got all kinds of the finances, the audit work, and keeping all the records, the charity status applications, and
Very
health
true.
and safety, and looking after centers, talking to people, attending meetings. These are all challenges. And my second time round is 2016 when he came here. The previous trustees had already done 4 years, and again, surprisingly, he called me. I was at the ashram at the time, and one early morning he sat me down and he said, I want you to become the trustee again, which was very, very surprising because I thought nobody's going to get a second round. And
Right.
he put me, because I was thinking, now I'm retired, I'm going to start enjoying my life. This is enjoying because it's a challenge, it's a big challenge. And
Right.
being working on the Guru Shakti Dham is even bigger. And
Absolutely.
we wait for its success.
Absolutely. I agree
Yeah.
with you completely on that. That this is really a thrilling and a learning experience for all of us. And we don't realize that how a small person like us can do such a big job just by the grace of Gurudev. Having said that, I want to know from Jayaben Jayaben, having
Yeah.
volunteered at both Dandi and Goa ashram, now you are in UK ashram. Can you tell us your experiences with this Samarpan, the attitude of sadhak in different places?
Well, I wouldn't categorize any difference between UK and India. Yes,
Hmm.
culture-wise we do actually, because India has got its own culture, the way of looking after ashram and all that, and they have a lot
Right,
of bow actually. So they are
right,
very good that way to express themselves. And it was really nice working in Dandi Ashram first time when I was there, working with the young boys and girls, looking after them and all those things, whatever Guru Ma was guiding us. So it's a beautiful journey being in Dandi Ashram, working with the youngsters actually, teaching them food and cleaning and looking after the ashram and all that. It was a good job, and I learned a lot from there.
right.
Even I was sent to Pratnadam, so I can learn about how to take pratna even. So I have been
Beautiful.
given lots of other duties around, and we used to go for with Swamiji to all the Saurashtra, little villages to give it one day's introduction, where we Sevadaris used to go with him. And Ambrish was young, so he used to come sometimes. Shashwati used to come with us, when they were on holiday. So that was another journey of being with them, even the Guru Parivar.
Are
And
you are
I
you
had a good,
talking about 2009 tour that Swamiji made for Saurashtra?
yes, yes,
Okay, okay, good.
yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so that was a beautiful journey that we covered loads of other places, even doing introduction with Swamiji, and we were in Guru Seva and all that. And I had a good opportunity of being even in Babadam, so helping there even, So I think Swamiji has actually, like you say, like a stone which had no shape. He did carve properly with chisel. He
Right,
made me
right,
a
right,
proper.
right.
Yeah,
And
that's a very good example.
In Swamiji's words, if I would say to our new sadhaks that Guru is a parasmani, it is a alchemy of love that converts coal into diamond. So here we can turn from iron to the goal with the grace of Guru. And this is clearly visible from the experience of Jayaben because she got so much opportunity to go to so many different places working with Swamiji and Guru Parivar directly uh, hand in hand, not only with them but also with the sadhaks and every aspect of Samarpan that are working towards serving the mankind today through the Pratna Dham, through the ashram, through the Guru Shakti Dham, she got exposure to. And what more we can learn from a sadhak uh, other than Jayabin and Surendrabai. So that was very beautiful experience. Thank you very much, Jayabin and Surendrabai, for sharing that with us.
Jitendra, before you move on, would you mind
Go.
if can I just share, because I can see the picture here,
Yes, please.
photograph and there. See, if you see Swamiji in the yellow orange robe, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and
Mhm.
there's just me in the white at the background doing the video. Uh, Now I deliberately sent this picture to Sonal because what happened? If you see the group on the right, there
Uh-huh.
were cousins from Germany and UK mainly, and maybe there were Connecticut, a couple of, but mainly Germany and UK. And we were we went for a visit somewhere, and then as we were, somebody said, "Well, I'll take you to Dandi Ashram," and he was traveling with us as well. There was a few cars, and when we arrived here towards the Dandi Ashram, we could not drive because the road was so bad because of the bad weather. It had rained. So we had to walk all the way from the main road, where the beach is at the bottom, all the way through the mud and the potholes and all the water and etc. by the beach and into the swamp, and we walked to the ashram, nearly 3 kilometers, I think it is.
Right.
And it was wet. There were potholes everywhere. everybody was wet and damp, and the shoes were covered with mud. And if you look at this picture closely, Swamiji's shoes were intact. There was not a trace of mud or anything. Nothing.
Wow,
It was pure.
that is interesting. Now, is this before the Dandi ashram was built?
Yes, long
Yes,
before. This is, I'm talking about 2002 or 3, I think it is. Yeah.
Yes,
This is way
2003.
earlier.
Because I remember
2003.
in 2003, that was my first Guru Purnima, and we went there. And after Swamiji also like made us sit down and made the meditation, made us meditation over there. So I think this was the time when I was there. It was first Guru Purnima for all of us.
Yeah, and I actually mentioned to him, I said, Swamiji, how do you manage this? And he looked at me and he just laughed.
Yeah, but it is amazing experience, and certain things like this that it reminds me one experience that me and Jayaben were sitting in our backyard with Swamiji, and it started getting darker, and some bugs, mosquitoes started coming closer, and Swamiji was talking without any disturbance, and I was slapping myself trying to kill the mosquitoes coming on me. So this is the way Swamiji punish you without touching you. So amazing experiences. His feet are not dirty and ours got dirty. All those kind of things make us think that what is different between us and an enlightened guru like Swamiji. Next question.
He punishes without touching him, but he also without touching or hugging or anything, he gives you
Absolutely.
all that energy as well at the same time.
So Surendra Bhai, we really enjoyed your journey. We learned a lot of things from you. One more thing that you would like to give us as message for the sadhaks in Western world and those who have to do the Guru Karya as post holders in USA and Canada and also all over Europe. What would you say?
Okay, I think to begin with, what obviously this comes with experience. What I know now, if I'd known when I first started, I would have had a different approach. So the up and coming people, I think they've got the people like us who are sharing all these experiences and what we've been through. Well, number one, I would say discipline. Be serious about what you want to. You have a goal. To achieve those goals, you need to have faith, patience. You need to focus, consciously discipline. Really, that is what I need to say. And then, so when I say discipline, you actually follow Samarpan properly. So you meditate daily. You reach a stage where you are able to work collectively, which doesn't matter what comes. So if you did that, you will have a very good people around you. And believe me, when you have a good faith and good trust and you're working in collectivity, you get the right people coming to you. And one example I can give you now is we are working on this Guru Shakti Dham at the moment. And we decided we need an outsider. We got a project manager in Chris Hawkins. I hope he's listening to this. And that is from Samarpan side. And because of his business, he can't travel there. So we decided to have somebody outsider. And we got Carl Norris. It was a godsend. Excellent. The energy he's brought, the workmanship, everything he does is fantastic. Also, at the same time, by being disciplined, by meditating, by reaching a certain stage in your spiritual life, you have a good collectivity, all the people around you. If I may just mention about the trustees that I work with, we have a fantastic team. And that collectivity, you have to be in that collectivity. And I have to mention Chris Hawkins, he's working so hard, to make this project happen. It has to be mentioned. And
Yes.
these are the things, if you got that right approach to everything, and let people get on with working as well, and you can't go wrong. Collectivity and discipline are very, very important.
Thank you very much for sharing that. I think this is the base of success of Guru Karya in the Western world, and that really give us some light what we can do and how we can improve. Of course, we are doing that, but we can try to do more on those things. Jayabin,
Yeah.
I have one more request for you. Share us your experiences on your trip with Swamiji and Guru Karya internationally.
As I say that my quite a few trips with Swamiji. First one was like Canada, and then again Canada with when Mangalmurti came, I was there, as you know.
Right.
And then Germany was my first trip with Swamiji. Then Singapore was another one. Then Japan and Australia. This is the picture you are looking at is from Australia, from Sunshine Coast, which is called Gold Coast. And yeah, we were there for a month, and we did about 4 shibirs. So it was quite good, but we couldn't retain many of the sadhaks, out of that. But I do have communication with few of them because one of them is my friend. We keep in touch actually, because we are Theosophical members even, And
Yes.
I think the other one is about the falls. It is in Canada actually.
Yes, it is on the West Coast. When you were in Edmonton.
Yeah. And what he did was, this was beautiful actual experience of us.
Please
Swamiji
share.
was Swamiji was just looking at the falls, the way it was falling, and he was with his hands doing some energy, giving energy to the waterfall. And he said that then he said, "Come and sit down here. I will explain you what I did." He said that this waterfall had 7 chakras. Even the waterfall had 7 chakras, and it was flowing into that rhythmic system, the way the chakras were going on. And I have vibrated the water again back to and given more energy, in fact, to this waterfall. So
Very interesting.
and even the Niagara Falls, when we were there in that hotel, from the window, again he was doing some of his rituals, and he said, even this fall has got a beautiful energy. And so we did go into the boat, and we did go very close to the falls, the Niagara Falls. So there were very beautiful some of these experiences with Swamiji when we were on this journey. And even in Singapore, we had a very good experience in the retreat, where one of the bird, which he says was a cuckoo or a koel, we call it.
Right.
She went on chirping and telling Swamiji that, why are you giving this knowledge to these people who are not even receiving anything? Why don't you give it to us, the birds, And Swamiji says, when you come back in your other life, you will be my shishya. So then
Isn't it beautiful?
yeah. And one day, every day this used to happen in the morning, and one day he came running on the lawn. We were just sitting out there, and I said, Swamiji, what happened? He said, oh, since 4 o'clock, she's really pestering me, telling me, do this, do that. Why don't you sit down in one place so you can give more energy to the sadhaks? Why are you wasting your energy moving from here and there? And Swamiji said, okay, one day I think I will sit down. And I felt this time, Swamiji sitting in Dandi Ashram, and his energy is flowing so much on this virus which is going on at the moment, and clearing so much. And this is what I remember, this little coil talking to Swamiji, that if Swamiji settles in one place, the energy can flow beautifully, So
Right.
yeah, that's what I felt about this 2 months, what Swamiji is giving us at the moment. Very
We
lucky to
appreciate
have.
that.
Very,
We
very,
appreciate.
very
You are
much.
so lucky. You are so lucky to be with Swamiji to all these different places, and through you, we are getting some Guru energies and vibrations. So thank you for being medium for all of us by sharing all these experiences. Any other slides that you have the pictures?
Well, I sent you this because Jay had worked in Dundee and then Goa Ashram. And this is the deliberate, because if you see anybody who's not been there, you must go and visit Goa Ashram. It is beautiful, set
Oh,
in
Goa
a
Ashram is,
park.
it's a beautiful, beautiful, most beautiful ashram, Goa Ashram. And
Absolutely.
we have got so much, when I went there, we thought, why can Goa be the, we can have our own production and we can have our own money. We don't have to ask for money, because I think Goa was supported by Dubai or some of the sadhaks from there, from Eastern Europe. And then I told Guru Ma that I know we do sell clothes. We get good money out of black pepper. We get good money from coconut, but some of the things we were not giving much attention, and cashew even, we were not getting much money because we needed a lot of manure and all those things.
Right.
And when I had a chat with Guru Ma said, Jaya, you can do anything you want to do to bring the production in a better position, So we had a good meeting with the committee members and everyone, and we started doing good production, and we had very good income coming in from all this production, of Goa Ashram. The
Isn't
black
it
pepper was
amazing? Isn't it amazing? We have natural resources and all these gifts right in our own ashram in Goa. And those of
yes,
you who have attended the international retreat at Goa Ashram probably
yes,
have witnessed these things. So thank
yes.
you very much for sharing that. And now we know who is behind all that project, that work. Another thing that I observe in this discussion is Swamiji and Guru Ma are so open-minded. They always listen to good ideas, and because of that, Samarpan has progressed to more than 25 countries in today's time. So all this is possible because our Guru is open-minded, and our objective is to make the world as one family. Yes?
I would like to share one experience, if I may, or
Please,
at least
please,
one.
please.
As we know, we are working on the Guru Shakti Dham in UK at the moment. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And there is going to be a retreat at the end of this year when Swamiji is going to come and hopefully launch building. But at the moment, because there are delays, we don't know when it's going to. But the retreat takes place in October. And if you're raising funds, you will talk. We'll send this out to buy. It's called buy a brick, meaning you can buy a stone. And if anybody is interested, we can send out details of that as well. So that's Guru Shakti Dham. Secondly, the last one, a very important experience that I would like to share, and quite a few people know this. I did write this in Madhu Chaitanya magazine. Biyagba and Naimisha they know about this very well because they were there at the time. In 2002, when my very first trip to India, and I was the only overseas person attending Chaitanya Mahotsav in Bhavnagar. So we were at the airport flying out to Bhavnagar, and Swamiji was there. But so this is in November, early November, and Swamiji was here in October. But when he was here in October, Vyagbai always used to run workshops while Swamiji was attending to individual people on the last day. And because in those days I used to suffer from severe panic attacks. even going shopping where there are lots of people. If I get visitors in my own house, I used to struggle. I had to leave my own house. It was claustrophobic kind of panic attacks. So anyway, I went to India, and Swamiji, we were all on the same flight. There was lots of other sadhaks there as well. So Swamiji called me and he said, "You will say few words, won't you, at the event?" So I, with my panic attacks, it was going to be very, very difficult. So obviously, I could not say no. I said yes, I will. I arrived at the venue. I started writing my script, and because I was jet lagged, I couldn't go there early on the day. And I said to Biagbai, who was sharing the room with me, I said, I will join you guys later. So when I came out of my room, by then everybody had left the place at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. But I came out at about 6 o'clock. And when I came out of this building, it was a huge, huge building. I could not come out because it was locked from the outside. There's nobody there. And I tried everything. There are iron bars everywhere, basement, upstairs in the balcony. You just couldn't. So I kicked open one of the doors. Then I realized there was another big door in the front which I could not open. I couldn't do anything. So I started shouting from one of the balconies, and this person stopped and he said, what is it? I said, look, this is what's happened. I'm stuck. I need to come out. So in October, when Bihagbai was doing the workshop, I had to leave the room. There was only 20 people there. I was like struggling because it was when there are people, I get panic attacks.
Right.
On this day, I was desperate to leave. I wanted to get there somehow. And I eventually the caretaker came and he opened the door. As soon as he opened the door, I rushed, got the rickshaw and arrived at the hall. Believe me, as I stepped into the door, I just stood by the door and I heard my name called up and said, Surendra, please come and share your story. So I had to say a few words, but I spoke for good 10 minutes plus without any problems. And since that day, my panic attacks are gone.
Yeah, so I believe Swamiji opened up your heart chakra by doing that, from moving from panic to courage. And I believe that all these kind of experiences makes people believe that meditation or Samarpan is not just for like other meditations. It is something more than just meditation. So thank you very much for sharing that inspiring experience, because many of us are feeling like that. I would pass now to Zurikaji for the question answer.
Thank you, Hitendraji. Thank you, Jayaben and Surendraji, for such a lovely and mesmerizing experiences that you have shared with us. I felt so much energy and so much vibrations while listening to you, and I'm sure all our participants would have, listeners would have felt it too. We are really, really lucky to have you with us today, and I cannot thank you enough. So let me just start with our first question that I got from one of sadhaks here. Her name is Aishwarya. She's from California, and she had recently had an experience. When she sat for meditation, she got a lot of negative thoughts, which scared her. But then she did Samarpan of all such thoughts to Guruji, and she felt better. So she wanted to know why and how this happened.
The story, yeah, but it's a spiritual question. I think I thought Swamiji would be able to answer that. But I suppose if you, I'm talking from my experience, maybe Jaya can say something about this. But personally, I believe from my own experiences, if you, with the problem that I had, and if you, and as I said earlier, as a managing trustee, with all, there are so many things daily. You go tough times. If you meditate and you are regular, and you calm and you balance, by meditating regularly, you balance yourself. So any issues, anything that you encounter, I suppose gradually, sometimes it takes, in certain persons, in my case especially, it took a long time. But you feel better at the end of the day,
Right.
that is my experience. Yeah, I mean.
Right. Exactly. Yes. And yeah, and it's the fear part is something that is there for a lot of people right now because of the COVID-19 virus going on. So it's really helpful if the senior sadhus could tell us like how to manage our fear in this time.
Well, I would say that from my point of view, at the moment, like I'm here in ashram on my own, I don't fear anything. I just feel the presence of Swamiji all the time. And that is
Right.
one thing that you must have full faith and you must be very open to receive all these energies. And then you don't have any problems in life. You never feel any fear. You don't feel lonely. You don't feel bored. And this is such a beautiful place where the ashram or where the Mangal Murtis are. We are all the time in that bubble of energy, So I would say that keep reading good books or listening to the discourses and be more positive, be more open, and enjoy something which you enjoy doing outside creativity or in the garden. Go out in the garden, walk on the lawn, heal yourself, and you will feel good about it, so you won't get any negative thoughts or anything.
Great, thank you so much, Evan. And on the same thought, one of the other sadhaks, Aisha, she wants to know from you, what is your regular day at Guru Shakti Dham looks like?
At the moment, actually, our Guru Shakti Dham is under construction. So we have put Swamiji's Mangal Murti in his little cottage.
Okay.
So Swamiji is in isolation. I am here in isolation in the ashram building. So we are both in our own separate places. But yes, actually my morning routine starts quite early, where I wake up and I'm ready by 7 o'clock, because if the workers are coming out, open the gate for them to come in. When the Murti was there, I used to, we have got two pujaris. They come like Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. And on
Okay.
other days, they can't make it because they are in Leicester, which is about 30 minutes. So we did our Swamiji, and Swamiji says, you can do it. So I do it. And in the evening, I have to close the Shakti Dham again, same way we did it in the morning. We open it and we close it in the evening. And during the day, people come for darshan and meditation. So anytime whoever comes, we do the registration for them. So they are all welcomed at their own and convenient time. So we keep it very open that way, because we are just started the ashram. So we don't want to put the pressure on people that, we do
Okay.
just evening meditation or something. We keep it open so people can come whenever they are free to do meditation. And other than that, we get sometime people from Germany or any overseas people coming to, sometimes they want to stay here for a few days, and it is allowed to stay here in ashram. And I do most of the cooking. I love cooking. I don't mind cooking, actually. I'm a very good organizer, so I finish my cooking in the morning. So I am later on free to look after people or talk to people or answer the calls or whatever the other duties goes on, so that's how my day goes, actually.
Oh, wow. Nice. Great. That looks so interesting. I wish we would also be able to come there sometime.
you
Um,
you are most welcome anytime. Once the Guru Shakti Dham is ready, I think you will really enjoy. It's in a beautiful
okay.
countryside, very nice countryside here.
And one question I had for Surendraji is that Dhara Havya wants to know that what is your advice on how we can spread Samarpan meditation to people who are not Indian or did not grow up with this culture. I have been trying to get some of my friends to join, but the majority of them are Catholic or Christian, and I find it difficult to bring them into this. Also, out of curiosity, what is your favorite football or soccer team? I'm a big European soccer fan.
Oh, is she?
So there are two questions. Yeah.
I can answer that quickly. I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan and I'm a member, so I go to see them often, especially all the big games. In terms of spreading Samarpan, you have to keep going really. I think all countries have had to go through introducing Western people. And in UK, you can see there is so many Western persons here. So Germany is full of Western. But initially, what Swamiji has said is when you introduce, see that the culture difference will always be there. And Swamiji has always said, you do not first of all mention the Guru. Guru is there, obviously, he's come from India, eventually will be there. But you introduce meditation. Once you introduce meditation, those who are meant to come, we will come. And we follow the same process here in UK.
Okay.
And I'll give you one example. I think we at the centers, we do not do artists, but I know of Western persons who say, "Oh, why don't we do the artist?" Because once you are there, you like it. Because continuous, constant meditation, you then forget about any culture. This is not about culture. This is about meditation, and you become one. Everybody is equal.
True, exactly, yes. And
I just want to add one more thing, Surendra
yeah,
Bhai. Dara is our young sadhika from Pennsylvania, and from last monthly workshop, we have been encouraging her to present her experience and part of our workshop presenter. So she is very excited about this Guru Karya, and we want to encourage her. So thank you for answering her question, and we want to motivate her.
I think Dara was there last week. Was she
Yes,
not?
yes.
She did a presentation.
She did a good job.
Absolutely brilliant, very good. I was so impressed.
Thank you.
Very good for such a young person. Yeah, that was very nice, lovely. Well, keep it up.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Dara. And yeah, there is another question from Bhargav Trivedi, and he wants to know, being the trustee, if they can share future plans Swamiji might have shared about Guru Shakti Dham and ashrams. So I guess this is for any of you who want to share.
I will be very happy to share with Bhargav. I know him personally. Bhargav, you can always get in touch with me, anything you need to know. I have been involved with a few other countries as well. I've had a meeting with Australia recently, so give them some ideas because they are looking for an ashram. Canada, Viresh Bhai knows this. I attended a few meetings with them as well, and online meetings, and shared everything that we have been through with them. So we always, in Germany yesterday, I think it was, yesterday. So anything that we have been through, there are country heads meeting taking place regularly, which started recently, which I'm part of, and we've always shared. Now the new thing has started, all the country heads, those who are available. The last meeting was only 3 or 4 of us. I don't think you were there, Ethan, mainly because of the timings. But anything anybody comes across, we bring it to this table, so it is shared, and everyone can then share within their own teams.
Yes, and we rely a lot on Viresh Bhai and Surendra Bhai for our American Trust and Guru Karya over here when it comes to trust-related activities and formal activities, because they have guided us. In fact, right now, what we are working on the charitable status, we are basing our work to the USA, Canada, UK, Canada, and India. So thank you very much for always supporting us and being there for us.
You're welcome.
Next.
I think that is the only way forward, because anybody who's been through already, and you say, okay, this is what we went through, your approach should be slightly different. If there are any issues that can be shared, so you don't make the same mistakes, if you like.
It's true, very true. Zurikaji, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, and I have one more question. So, what is the best practice you think for making progress in your spiritual journey? How can we, make our spiritual journey such that we make progress year to year? What do you think is the best practice to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just share that discipline is very important actually. Like Swamiji says, you set your timing for meditation in the morning and even in the evening. And like for us, at the moment, to tell you frankly, the life is just Samarpan, nothing else. It's all the time like messages, giving answers to people when they're inquiring. So I have become like a Pratna Dam now. So many people calls me and say, Jaya, someone is in trouble. Can you send a prayer? And before I send the prayer, after an hour, they say, thank you very much. The person is feeling better. So it's just the
Oh, wow.
energy. It's just the energy, my dear. You
Okay.
keep up really connected. Once you are connected with the Guru energies, the flow of energy is there. And we
Right.
are not doing anything. We are nothing. We are just an instrument. And to be
Right.
the instrument of Swamiji, just be pure. And that's how it is actually, I would just say
Wow.
that keep the discipline, The one thing is once you need a cup of tea, exactly same way, your meditation should be there, all
Right.
the time.
Right.
Never forget your meditation. You can do without anything, but not without meditation. That's me actually. Other things even here, like yoga day, so many things in ashram, Sometimes I call
Right.
all the ladies from Leicester. We get together, we share experiences. So it's good in one way, getting together even.
Right. Yes. And the collectivity matters a lot too, to
Exactly.
get you there.
And we all need each other, we are families, so we should look after each other that way. That's what I feel personally.
Thank you very much. I appreciate Zurikaji for doing excellent job. And I should not forget to give a lot of praise to Sonalji for coordinating all these uh, technical aspect of the interview that we had today. Thank you very much, Sonalji. Thank you very much, Jayaben and Surendra Bhai. Reminded me of old good days that we spent together in Guru Karya, and we have many more to go ahead. Before we leave, I want to wish again happy anniversary to Swamiji and all beautiful mothers in Samarpan family. Happy Mother's Day tomorrow.
To wrap up this session, I would like to share a tiny story of mine about this. When I had gone to IR, which is called International Retreat in last year in Goa, last year, I had an experience and I wanted to share with you about that. So they had an activity where we had little styrofoam balls. If you see the picture, you will see those colorful styrofoam balls, and they were tiny, and they were given to us as an activity to sort them out in colors. So what we did was they were white, they were purple, they were red, and all those different colors. So we sorted it out, and we kept in bowls in the center, and it turned out the white balls were a lot, and then other colors were random, like red was less and purple was more, and these kind of things. And then we were told, okay, what do you see when you notice those balls, those pile of colorful balls sorted? So I felt something that I had gone with the intention of an international retreat is connecting with all the energies. So I said, okay, I feel that center one, the white one is Swamiji, and the other little bowls and bigger bowls are all the other countries. So the one with red one was very less. So I said, okay, this is us right now, US and Canada. and I was seeing that it was very hard to do prachar karya in US. We tried, Zureka and I tried, and we needed guidance. So that time I said, okay, what about all the countries which have more colors, more balls? Please give us energy so that we grow equally. And that was my wish in international retreat, and looks like today it came true, because we felt the energy flowing from UK to US, and a lot of different countries joined today. So hopefully we will make connections throughout, and different countries will join, and we'll be all together for this event. This is Samarpan session. So thank you again for listening to us. Yes.
From our side, thank you very much for having us, and I hope it was interesting or helpful to
Oh,
anyone.
it is beautiful, not just interesting, it is beautiful to have your presence and get the answer from you, simply because I believe we gave the name, this is Samarpan, to this program, simply because when we met Swamiji, Jayaben probably remember very well, any question people ask, Swamiji used to say, ध्यान करो सब ठीक हो जाएगा, समर्पित हो जाओ सब ठीक हो जाएगा. This was the only question, but we did not know what is samarpan, how to get surrendered. So from your experience, after having worked and staying with Guru Karya and meditating for so many years, we have learned this is samarpan. And that is what the message we wanted to bring to new and old sadhak, that if we are still wondering that what is samarpan and how we can benefit from it, your story tells everything correctly and in details. And if this does not inspire somebody to stay in Samarpan meditation and to be involved with the Guru Karya that Swamiji has given us, then I think nothing more can inspire them. Thank you very much once again.